Hey Guru Nation, welcome back to the Clinical Trials Guru.com. Again, it's the Clinical Trials Guru.com. So the engine that drives these videos is you, right? It's not me, it's you. I'm responding. You can send me questions, Dan at the Clinical Trials Guru.com. You can call or text me, although that's starting to get kind of crazy. But if you want, it's 949-415-6256. I used to be really good at answering every call and getting back to every text. It's gotten out of hand a little. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try, but don't be upset if I don't get back to you right away or if I just forget. But that's why I'm on social media as well. I'm on every social network. I'm on Instagram and Snapchat a lot. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, like all of them, alright? Just go check it out. So today's question comes from someone who sent me an email. It says, hey, I have a really good job in the clinical research industry, but I'm not feeling fulfilled. I don't like the job. It's good because it pays me a lot, but I don't like it, right? And I've always wanted to do my own thing, and I feel like I'm not being myself in this current position, although the money is really good. I believe this person's working for a university, in some kind of university setting, I think as a CRA. But now I have an opportunity to start a clinic with a doctor. So what do I do, Dan? Do I quit my job and start? What do I do? And so I actually had a teleconference with this person afterwards. I explained how it works. And I said, look, you don't need to quit your job, right? It'd be irresponsible of you to do that. It'd be irresponsible of me to tell you to do that. I am never recommending that you do anything risky when it comes to starting a research site. I'm actually really conservative. I won't start a business unless many things are in my favor. And I can control the risks and control the downside. So in your case, if you quit your job and go start a clinic with this doctor, that might work out, but you're definitely not going to be making the money you're making now. I believe this person was making close to 6 figures, but there is a price to pay for being happy. And maybe instead of making $100,000 a year, you can make $60,000 a year and actually like what you're doing and actually feel like you're fulfilling what you're supposed to be doing. So I don't know what that price is. Only you know those things, not me, you and those people around you. But why quit your job just to start a clinic with a doctor? Why don't you do both? So here's the thing about starting a site. Anyone can do it. I just had a phone call with someone today. Anybody can start a clinic. I have a page on my blog. It explains exactly what you need to start a clinic, have a CLIA waiver, what equipment you need. Anyone can do that. Anyone could go apply for a CLIA waiver. Anyone can go purchase equipment on Amazon. That's not what makes starting a research clinic difficult. What makes getting into this business difficult is getting the studies, not losing those studies, convincing the sponsors that your inexperienced PI and your inexperienced site are a good fit for whatever study that is, and you'll have to do a lot of that initially as you're getting started. And also, not running out of money. Okay, I mean, that's the difficult thing. And then, I didn't even get into recruiting patients, where 99% of clinical trials are behind because of lack of patient recruitment. So, not even getting to patient recruitment yet, just all those other things I mentioned, that's what makes it difficult. Not getting a certificate or getting GCP training. Like, the hard stuff is getting the studies, keeping it, enrolling patients, keeping your PI happy, making sure there's enough oversight, making sure that the sponsor's happy, keeping everyone happy. That sounds easy. It's very difficult to do. So why risk it by quitting your job and taking on all these unknown variables where you can actually continue doing your job, and then in the evenings when you're finished working, you go home, you go on clinicaltrials.gov, you go on my blog and you look at Get More Studies. I have a 2-hour video on how to use clinicaltrials.gov and email and LinkedIn to get more studies. If that's not enough, I have a 35-minute webinar on that same page where Chris and I discuss how to get studies. Do that at night when you're done with work for free. No one's going to pay you. Get a study, right? So actually email 100 contacts that you find from clinicaltrials.gov over the course of a week or 2 or a month, depending how much free time you have. After you send 100 of these email pitches, you should probably get 10 responses back. Maybe 7 of those would be sending you a CDA, which is a confidentiality disclosure agreement. Maybe 3 of those send you a survey, and maybe 1 or 2 of those actually materialize into a site selection visit. All right? Now, all this preliminary work, that's about a month of work. So that's another month of you getting income from your current job because you didn't quit while doing this stuff on the side. Now, when you get that site selection visit, preferably as soon as you find out about your site selection visit, you go talk to your doctor, the physician that you're going to partner with. You explain to them that, hey, they're going to come in for an SSV, I'll be here, I'm going to take a day off of work, do what you got to do, pull strings, just make sure you're there at the site selection visit, right? And then see how that goes, and see if you get the study. And if you don't, then repeat this whole process until you get an SSV that materializes into you actually getting a study, right? So, as I said in many videos I've made in the past about this topic, when a sponsor comes out to your site to do an SSV, that study's really yours to lose. I mean, they want to give you the study. Now, the problem is many inexperienced physicians and research sites, they don't have the necessary things in place. They don't have the right equipment, they don't have calibration logs, they don't have a controlled temperature-controlled drug room. They're missing a lot of stuff. Plus, they don't speak very confidently when the sponsor asks them how they're going to enroll patients and what kind of trials they've done in the past. There's a very good chance that your first site selection visit is not going to work out. And then you'll be glad you didn't quit your job, because now we're already 1 month, at best, 1 month into the whole process of looking for studies, getting the surveys, getting the site selection visit set up, maybe like even 6 weeks into it. So aren't you glad you didn't quit your job? And then if that works out, great. If it doesn't, go back to square one, try it again. You're still getting paid because you haven't quit your job. You haven't quit your day job yet. Now, let's say you do get selected for that study. It's still not time to quit your day job, all right? Site selection visit's one thing. You got to find out when the investigator meeting will be. You got to find out when the site initiation visit will be. What will occur in between that time is getting the contract and the budget and getting the regulatory documents. And you do not need to quit your job to complete those things. You can do that at night, negotiate the contract and budget at night. It doesn't take that long, maybe 10 hours to negotiate a contract and budget. Regulatory documents, this is where it will require some time, so you're going to have to print out the documents, complete them, get them over to your PI and all the other sub-Is to sign them. This may be a weekend thing that you have to do, okay, where you have to literally drive to every investigator's office, house, wherever they may be, and get those signatures so you could submit all the essential documents that go into the regulatory binder for a research site to the sponsor. Then the site initiation visit will occur, and this, again, it may be 1 to 3 months after the site selection visit. So if you would have quit your job, even under the best case scenario, you wouldn't even get to start screening subjects until 3 months into it, right? And that's 3 months if you're not making any income, and you don't even know if this is going to work out, okay? So once you can start screening subjects, it's going to take you another 3 months to get your first paycheck for that work that you've done, even though you're supposed to negotiate in your contract that site will be paid monthly. As we all know in this industry, us that run research clinics, sites actually don't get paid until 3 months after, especially at the beginning of a new study. So aren't you glad you didn't quit your job? You don't need to quit your job. People always like to make these binary decisions. You know, do I do this or do I do that? No, you do both, and then you'll know when it's time to quit your job, because you're not going to have any more time to do your job because you have your own clinic to run. And then I would still negotiate maybe keeping that job part-time, your day job, and then running your research clinic the other part-time, because you're not really going to get busy until you really start enrolling a lot of patients in that study. And so this is how you reduce risk and start a clinic. And hey, you may realize that you're not even good at getting studies. You're not a salesperson. You're not good at passing a site selection visit. Like, you may not even like that, and you may want to go back to your day job. So don't quit. Don't burn your bridges. Do both and figure it out over time. Time will reveal all these answers to you, right? Thank you for watching, Guru Nation. Good luck. I do want to know how this goes, so let me know. Dan from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Take care.